Hello to my future, past, and current acolytes. Welcome to our temple. Here in the Temple of Light, we celebrate our awakening and tap into the messages as they flow in from Source, through channeling, tarot, or whatever methods we choose to use. Today's lesson of the light, dropping into the present. Dear one, you may hear but do not listen. You may gaze but do not see. Breathe deep into the present. Drop within to find me. Release your doubts and fears brought from the future and the past. Open to the mystery and to what dreams may be cast. So, I want to talk about dropping into the present a little bit. We're going to do also a Celtic cross reading with the tarot. But first, I just want to tell you what happened in the moments leading up to this reading. As I'm preparing to set up this video, I've been very busy at my workstation here, and I had a cup of liquid and I knocked it over and it spilled all over these little things that I'm working on as a project. Kind of a bummer, because they were already seemingly ready to go onto the next stage of the project, but now I'm not sure if they're going to be okay. But I think that they will be. I think they just need time to dry out a little bit. I have these little plaster items. So I was already feeling, it was reminding me of a reading that I did earlier today, where the Five of Cups has come up, and we're getting through this period of grieving, of loss, of isolation, but, the time has come to return to the present and release the past, to move towards a brighter future. So, there's no use crying over spilled cups now, is there? So, with that said, dropping into the present, how does one do that? There's many ways that we can get into the present moment. My favorite ways are through meditation, breath work, or sometimes a little thing like that causes you to pay a little bit more attention. A little thing like a little accident causes you to snap back into the moment. Now, I was so ready to just rush to the next step that I forgot to be more aware of where everything was at and what I was doing. And then the stuff that was in the cup spilled onto the floor a little bit, and I noticed that it made a little marking on the floor, which is cleaned up now, but at first I thought it looked like a little heart. And then I think it looked also kind of like a boot, or the little boot-shaped chicken nuggets. So there's some messages there too, if you want to read reality 414. Like the heart, the boot related to the foot and movement, and protection as well, because it's a covering for the feet, which are very sensitive. And the nuggets of wisdom, our nourishment, So, let's get into the messages, okay? Somebody will lead this message. I'm going to I think for this time I'm going to use the Manga Tarot since I already have it in my hand. Oh, I can't show you all the cards. You know what? I won't show you the card if it's not PG. This deck has some graphic cards. Okay, so if it's like the Devil card or something, I'm not going to show it to you. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck 8 times. Now, by the way, before we fully get started, this is another step that we need to do. I did already do this when I lit my candles, but it's been a little bit, and we're bringing in new energies to do this reading. I'm tapping in right now. July 7th, by the way, 7/7 portal. This is with, I think it's mugwort. I forgot if it's mugwort or mullein that's in there. Both are good for dreams, and this is meant to be like a smudge, so it's banishing negative energies, clearing the space, and I'm lighting up my Palo Santo as well. I've got my little spell candles for protection. I have the 7 powers represented here. And this is these are also global peace flames. So the intention with the global peace flame is to spread peace, love, and compassion. So we've got protection, we've got clearing of dark negative energies, we've got a summoning of positive high vibrational energies, and we've got the 7 powers of the Orishas, and a little bit of love and abundance attraction here. I've got my crystals, golden healers, my little jade Buddha here hanging out, and I think that this is okay. Maybe I should block out the... Let's just go with it. Let's just roll. We're doing 8 shuffles. 4. Thank you to the Most High. Thank you to our angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel for protection, for clear messages, Archangel Metatron for the highest vibrational messages. 6, 7, and our last shuffle here, and inviting in any ancestors, spirit guides, star team, any other kinds of entities, energies that you believe in that are for your highest good, for the highest good of our collective here at the Temple of Light. And I'm going to expose these cards one at a time. And I have my own way that I like to lay out the Celtic cross. Everybody does it a little different, but that's okay. Last card. Okay, for the outcome. I like it. Okay. So, what what messages are we going to be receiving? What do they pertain to through the tarot regarding dropping into the present? Who is this message for? Okay, the shadow energy, meaning underneath the deck. This is okay to show. I can show you the Temperance card. So this is about balance and healing, wisdom, alchemy, transmutation, taking things up to the next level through our vibration, through frequency, through transmutation. Spinning straw into gold. Okay, so here's where we are. Here's who's receiving this message. For once! Alright. Somebody who is friendly. I feel like friendly, warm vibe. Somebody who has a bubbly personality. Somebody who, whether you realize it or not, you do have a lot of friends and support around you. And that's pretty great. Okay? That's awesome. Good job. You may be starting a new relationship or taking things to the next level, or you are doing well in your work, and or you are opening up to your spiritual path and your spiritual awareness and stuff. With the 1111, that's like when we are starting our awakening journey, we tend to see that number synchronicity a lot. It's a near universal, not completely, but like almost everybody goes through it. 1155. Okay, now here is the challenge. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Coins, a new beginning, challenging energy. So having to start over and take practical steps, maybe developing a plan, wanting to start a new beginning in abundance. So if it's a challenge, I feel like, maybe you've been feeling like you missed some opportunities, or like they're not coming yet, and they might be delayed. So let's get further into what's going on here. Okay, let's see here. Here's our subconscious influences. Here's what's beneath the surface. Hey! Six of Swords. Yeah, it's difficult. We are having a very difficult time. So we're moving through our emotions. We're using our intuition, but we might be blocking our path, blocking our view of where we're going with our thoughts, with the things that we've already seen and learned and stuff. So it's like, that's, it's right in front of us. It's kind of blocking our view and stuff. So this person also, usually in the Six of Swords, there's multiple people in the boat. Like there's a small child, there's a lady, and then there's somebody else rowing a boat. But this figure is by themselves. So even if you seem to be by yourself, don't forget that you do have your divine connection, your spiritual connection, and you have more support than you realize around you. So you don't have to be all lonesome. See, the lotus flowers here signify the transformation of consciousness, the path to enlightenment. And then the birds, there are tiny little drawings of birds in the sky, which I don't remember if that's in the Rider-Waite version or not, but it's that signifies our spiritual connection, the divine messages that are coming in, our guardians, our protectors, our angels. So the birds are flying free. The lotuses are showing transformation. They're beautiful. They come up from the darkness and the grime and the mud and stuff. But these things are blocked from the view because of the swords. So it's like your thoughts are creating this very oppressive sense of oppressive and isolating experience So, look through them or remove them if you can do so, okay? Like, get around them, okay? Pick them out. Set them down. Okay? In the recent past, you may have been juggling a lot of responsibilities. This is kind of like we have a hard time staying balanced through turbulence. We might be needing to be a little bit, I'm hearing a lot of different things, adaptable. We might need to be a little bit more frugal and stuff. Temperance also can be about frugality and stuff. So let's see what deeper into this. Okay, well, whatever. Maybe you did okay, or you thought you did. Let's see here. This next card is about our hopeful outcomes, like what we are hoping for, what our goals are, where we want to be. Ten of Wands, we want to get it over with. Or maybe we'd like to be busy with something, But no, we're done. We want to be done with the struggle. We want to put the burdens down. We want to say that we want to have that sense of accomplishment. We want to have this sense of freedom. We're working hard. We want to be recognized for our efforts. We want to be free of this drudgery. Okay. Now let's go for the near future. Whew. Okay. The Hierophant. Law and Order is what I heard by the book. Tradition. So I see this also as healing. I see this as discipline here. I think you have learned a lot of discipline through your journey so far. And I think that is going to get recognized in some way. The strain also could have resulted in health outcomes. Where you might be needing to seek help, whether that's with your mental health, physical health, or emotional, spiritual health. Okay, and we see her Hierophant. But I see this as like, I'm seeing this more as like the leveling up, because we had the Temperance card. We've been staying balanced. All of these cards are about balance, because we have the 4, we have the 6, and the 2. These cards specifically are about balance. Temperance card is about balance. The 10, we want to be done. So 5, the Hierophant, that's change, but it's also a card about a kind of stability, because it's like tradition. It's the tried and true. It's the authority, the spiritual authority, the one of the knowledge, the keys, the wisdom keys and stuff, all of that. So let's see. So I think, this puts you in a place of mastery in the near future. Here's your energy that you're contributing to the situation, okay? This is great energy to be in, okay? Awesomeness. You recognize your stability, appreciating the good things around you. You do recognize your spiritual and familial support. That is awesome. Good. Awesome. You're on the right track. Okay. But this again is like kind of a past energy too, because it's about inheritance, so it's things that are built up over the past. So, yeah, okay. But it still contributes. So your things that you have worked on and working towards, it's contributing to where you are at right now. 8 of Wands, this is the external influences. There are big changes coming, fast changes. I see these hands kind of, we might feel like we're losing we can't get a grip on things or something, but maybe we don't need all of the wands. Maybe just a few of those are meant for you, you know? But either way, it's like those are all of the opportunities. These are all of the messages from the spirit and that are coming in and stuff. If you can catch a couple of those and stuff, you're going to have the inspiration. Okay, let's see here. The advice. So yeah, there's a lot of information coming in. There's a lot of energy coming in. So the advice is to, you know, stay in your protection energy, the boot, you know, but also, like, don't let the past block you from moving forward, if that makes any sense. Like, you want to be sure of yourself, because this, but you want to also recognize that you're almost there. Keep going, stay strong, stay true. This can be a card about hesitation. If we have the 8 of Wands and going to the 9 of Wands, and we have the 10 of Wands here, you are so close to the end of this cycle and to a new Ace of Wands, okay? So just keep it moving. Stay confident. Stay balanced, because she's balancing on that. And outcome, Queen of Swords. Wisdom, clarity, you know, knowledge, transformed consciousness. Let me see. I like to also look at the meanings in the book too, because it is very helpful. This has a nice big book to look at too. And none of these illustrations were too much, so that's great. Okay, celebration or a party, something wonderful has happened, and you have the chance to really acknowledge all the hard work you put into achieving your goal, okay? Yes, so you're coming to, this is why you want to really drop into the present and stuff. Stop worrying about the past, and stop worrying about what's coming next. You know, drop into the present, because it's going to give you the strength and the balance that you need to move forward and stuff. If you're in the present, you're going to notice, you're going to feel, you're going to be aware of what's coming in, okay? But in the meantime, in the present also, there's a lot of beauty, okay? Alright, it could be something like celebrating a political victory or a gallery opening, a wedding, birthday party, retirement, graduation, okay? I think it's something like I feel like the promotional kind of energy. Okay, let's see here. Congrats. Ace of Coins. Challenge. All of the aces are gifts, but this one is the luckiest of all. It is a seed containing all possibilities. Yeah, I wonder what's next. The challenge. Dream big and work hard. The universe is handing you a metaphoric blank check. Invest it well. So kind of like wondering maybe what your next big thing is, because you can already see the finish line. You're just wondering what the next big thing is. Okay. But you're not quite through to the end yet. So that's why you should not be so focused on that right now. Just stay focused in the present, where everything's cool, where you're almost done. Let me see. Swords. 6 of Swords. The only solution to the situation seems to be to run away. That is not always the right answer. So yeah, maybe you're avoiding something in your subconscious here. Some situations are not salvageable, and some relationships cannot be mended. Difficult travel through choppy waters may not be easy, but the end result promises parting clouds, encouraging sunshine, and a peaceful place appropriate for regrouping and making new plans. Sometimes getting to a safer place is the only option. So the subconscious influence, feeling like this need for peace Yeah? And it seriously is like, just clear your mind. Drop into the present to receive that peace. Okay? The subconscious influences that we're not fully feeling this energy that we have all around us. Because we've been going through a difficult time. Relate. Okay, and Two of Pentacles. Sometimes we feel tossed on the whimsical sea of life, hardly able to maintain our balance. The situation is unavoidably complex and requires careful juggling to make sure nothing drops through the cracks. There's a lot going on, but you're doing a good job of keeping your footing. Living in this heightened state can't go on indefinitely, though. Best case, the external circumstances change so you can relax. Okay, so that was in the recent past. So yeah, there was a lot going on. Okay, and then we've got the Wands. Okay, Suit of Wands carries with it a love of activity and a desire to say yes to every opportunity. While this can make for an exciting life or a skyrocketing career, it can also lead to being stretched too thinly, with the result being that nothing is done quite up to par. So taking on so many tasks and carrying such a heavy load puts everything at risk of being dropped or damaged, maybe beyond repair. Yes, okay, so be very careful there. Yeah, if you want to be free of all of the hard work, take some things off of your plate that aren't super vital to your well-being, to your maintaining, okay? Near future. Let's see. Formal training or education, traditional religious or cultural practices, rites or beliefs, and commitment to a value system. Teaching, learning, practicing. These are at the core of this situation, although whether they are something you are pursuing or avoiding is something only you know. Maybe you are avoiding the next step of leveling up because you're like tired already. Yeah, but you are leveling up. It's going to happen whether you like it or not, for your highest good, for your benefit. You're ready. You are ready, but believe it or not. Enjoy the moments now. Okay? And here is your energy here, the Ten of Coins. Lucky Ace of Coins is manifested in the best possible way. Stability reigns, crafted from deep familial affection and material abundance. The situation isn't just one of having good stuff and well-behaved kids. There's the sincere spiritual and loving understanding and appreciation that makes life worth living. Otherwise, it is all just empty staging and appearances. Alright? You either want or have these real feelings of stability and well-being. Okay? And I think that they're going to be coming in with these big changes here. The Eight of Wands. Okay? There's more opportunities to expand. There's transformation occurring. There's inspiration coming in. Let's go to the Wands. All ducks are in a row and ready to fly. Events have been set in motion and moving quickly to an outcome. The end result should not be a surprise because it is the logical conclusion. Whatever steps have been taken, they will continue on perhaps faster than anticipated and achieve the intended effect. Trying to stop things at this point could work, but would cause utter chaos. So, things are already... This is like, if I were to draw clarifiers on it, it would be the Wheel of Fortune right there. Okay, so, yeah, things are already moving, and you can't stop it. Accept your blessings. Advice, be ready to do battle, yet again, or find a way to put a stop to the cycle that allows these struggles to continue. So, okay, you might be in the habit of saying yes to too many things, taking on too many burdens for others, for yourself, because you feel like the more you do, the more you're going to get back. But that's not necessarily the case. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality. The quality of the work that you put in is going to increase the reward even more, because you need to be able to be in a state that will match the frequency that you're trying to bring in. And if you're depleted and drained, you're not going to be satisfied with the results. That's either because even if you get the physical, material, tangible results that you want, you're going to not appreciate it. It's not going to feel like enough, because you're going to be drained. You won't be able to match it. So make sure that the effort that you put in is the amount that you're going to be able to want to receive at, and then be grateful and happy with what you get, okay? And yeah, okay, so that's kind of what I was getting with that. Let's see here. Be prepared, be vigilant. Experience has shown that there is, in this situation, trouble brewing. Yep, and then the protection is necessary too then. If there is trouble, if it's going to be some terminal velocity or turbulence or something, make sure that you are staying centered and grounded. Very likely this is some sort of ongoing battle or repeating issue or cycle, perhaps on the job, within a social group, or in a relationship. There is weariness in this card, as if you are just tired of fighting the same fight over and over again. Unfortunately, unless something changes, it is a case of same stuff, different day. But you are moving up. That's in your near future. And yet, it just might not be satisfying. because it's like, it's, maybe you've already been doing, like, if you got the promotion and you've already been doing the 6 or 7 other tasks that are involved in the thing that you finally got the promotion for, it feels kind of bittersweet, maybe, you know. Or also this other phrase comes to mind: new levels, new devils and stuff. So it's like, okay, now that you've made it up here, stuff, you got to watch out for the same kind of energies that you've encountered before. So try your best to maintain yourself. Do what you got to do to maintain your center, your boundaries, your wellness, and your confidence, and yeah, you won't falter. Queen of Swords, you're a force to be reckoned with. Let me see, that's Queen of Swords here. I love the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has tasted both the joys and the sorrows of life. Rather than becoming bitter, she has crafted a useful philosophy. This makes her a wonderful resource when seeking solutions to sticky or complex problems. Yes, you're going to be very valuable. Your time is much more valuable now. Your input is seen and valued. Okay? So you can't be at everybody's beck and call. Her experiences have made her very discerning and able to see lies easily. She can make plans and devise strategies. Because she values logic, she can seem unemotional or detached. I think I'm going to read the advice as the outcome. Okay? Take all the experiences of your life and turn them into useful and productive life lessons. Let challenging times make you stronger, but never cynical or cold. So yes, you've learned your lessons. If you keep seeing the same cycle repeating, even after you get all of these things that you supposedly want or should be aiming for and stuff like that, mind what you're putting out there, you know, like how you're, what you're saying yes to, what you're accepting, you know, what you're calling towards you. Sometimes things come toward us regardless of what we're doing and stuff, and it's still our job to, like, stay in our own power, okay? So, yes, remembering those life lessons, you will be, if we take the advice as the outcome, when you're staying in your protection, keeping your boundaries, and being aware of these cycles, the outcome is that you have learned from your experiences and you have turned them into useful and productive life lessons. Okay? Challenging times have made you stronger, but never cynical or cold. You're staying in this beautiful you are currently in this beautiful Four of Wands energy. Okay? Try your best. You don't have to uphold it artificially, honestly. Be honest with yourself about how you're feeling. Don't avoid these things. Don't avoid the things that you're nervous about either, but learn to just drop into the present. Release those fears, those doubts, those worries, those things that you're dreading, okay? Because that is the way that you're going to, one, be able to experience more joy in the present, because it's right here for you right now. And also you're going to be able to better receive the messages about how to proceed forward, how to catch those signs of the cycles that are repeating and stuff like that, or when you're getting to your limit on what you can take on and say yes to versus what you shouldn't, okay? Alright, that's all we're gonna do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, let's have a good night, everybody. Ring a tiny little bell. And, oh, I heard something. I think, what was that? I heard a thing. Let me draw one card for that. Give me one card, but not a whole mess of cards, please. Just one. We're gonna be not rude, okay? King of Coins, the stability, the practicality, okay, be real, okay, know your worth, you've got it all going on, okay, devising that strategy. Here's one of the things I love to say about the King of Pentacles, King of Coins. He looks like he's relaxed, he looks like he's kicking back, right, and living the life of luxury. And that's because he already put all the work in. He already got all the people in line that need to be in, everybody's in position. They're already doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everything's ticking along just fine. Okay? When you get the right strategy, you get the right plan going, I think the universe is on your side because you have good intentions, you're conscientious, and you're generous. So, these things are taken into account, and that's why you have been enjoying so much success, even if you haven't been able to fully enjoy it, okay, because it's been a lot of work, alright? This time around, you're able to kick back because the systems are already in place. Maybe you've already got your team. You can delegate, okay? Yeah. You use your Queen of Swords logic and clarity to help with that, okay? 38.4, and good night.